Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Sabbath. Today is the seventh day Sabbath of the Lord thy God of creation. Sad to say, in America, when you think of full moon, you think of werewolves, you think of powers of darkness, you think of Frankenstein, you think of witches, you think of ghosts, you think of goblins, even Halloween. You think of the powers of darkness. Anything horror movies, they always show a full moon. When in actuality, this is a sacred time of the month for God. Every time you see a half moon, it's the Sabbath. Every time you see a full moon, it's the Sabbath. Well, this Sabbath is the full moon. Not only is the full moon, but today, this Sabbath, is a high Sabbath. Tonight starts the Feast of Booths. It commemorates when God pulled Israel out of Egypt, and during the 40-year span, they had to live in booths, in tents. So when they got in the promised land, that they would celebrate this time of year, the Feast of Booths. They would live in tents and booths to remind them how God brought them out of Egypt and how they led them through the wilderness. This commemorates it. So starting at evening, it's going to go 7 days. This is on the 7th-day cycle. This is the 15th day of the month, even though on the Gregorian calendar, it's the 29th day. God's calendar, God's timing, this is the 15th day of the month. And so I'm just doing this for educational purposes for those who truly are Sabbatarians, who truly want to know. Remember, Luni Solar Calendar. It's a Hebrew calendar. Look it up, Luni Solar Calendar. Now, I'm only doing this for educational purposes, for those who love knowledge. I won't be speaking on this again till next Sabbath. But in the meantime, I will be doing just regular videos of inspiration whenever I'm inspired to do one. But today, not tomorrow, not Sunday, today is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, who created the heaven, the earth, and everything that's in it. This is today. This is why God said in Genesis 1:14, when he made the sun, moon, and stars, he said, these will be for your signs, your seasons, your days, and your years. Now, this 15th day of the month, you can find reference for it in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 39. It's complicated if you don't understand it, but it's liberating when you do. I like being on God's timing because the most important things God ever did for his people in the Bible, major moves, be it good or bad, were done on the Sabbath. Matter of fact, there are certain blessings that only come on the Sabbath. And so I like to be positioned in God's time, even though I still go to church on Saturday and Sunday and Wednesday, whenever it's a custom of the people. But I do observe the biblical Sabbath day of the Luni Solar Calendar. Look this up and give me some feedback. Those of you who look this up that are listening to me, Luni Solar Calendar. Look it up. Google it. It's so easy. And the truth is out there for people to hear it. Truth is out there for people to see it. We are in the age of information. We're at the touch of a finger. It ain't like old school. We had to go to the library, pull out books, and we had to read, and we had to dig for it like treasure. Now, at the push of a button, you have gobs of information. So remember Luni Solar Calendar, and I'll be speaking on this subject again next Sabbath. Thank you for listening, and remember, the messenger's praying for you. Happy Sabbath.